Hello everyone, and welcome to a new episode of the best Reddit answers being read to you. Enjoy! What's a harmless prank to play on your friends? After they leave your place, text them you forgot your phone here. Bonus point if you take a picture of their phone on your kitchen table, before they leave, and send it with the text. I'm doing this, holy crap. A masterfully genius plan. Duct tape a harmonica to the grille of your BFF's car. When your loved ones hit 40 miles per hour, they'll hear beautiful wailing sounds reminiscent of Neil Young. The whistles go wow. That's only in the morning. It's like an alarm clock. You should be up cooking breakfast by then. My roommate and I are slowly purchasing frog decorations and just toy frogs in general, and seeing how long it takes our other roommate to notice that things are slowly becoming frogs. This one made me giggle, I don't know why, lol, thanks you. Probably because a long-term prank like this requires commitment. Steal something innocuous, like a pair of distinct socks from their dresser. Mail it to your most remote acquaintance. Have your acquaintance mail it back to your friend without explanation. Ultimately harmless, but their confusion after receiving something of their own in the mail from someone they've never met from a place they've never been is delicious. And if you're American, it will help fund the USPs. That assumes you use USPs and not UPS or FedEx. If you're in a position to do it, make them a celebrity for a day. When I was a grad student, we did this to one of our professors. About a dozen of us coordinated to offer our students in freshman composition extra credit if they went up to one of our professors and pretended he was a celebrity and asked for his autograph, get a picture taken with him, etc. We made sure to give them all his schedule for the day, let him know where his office was, and just let them loose. He got stopped dozens of times to sign autographs and take pictures. It irritated the hell out of him, but he appreciated the joke. I really like this one. Especially if you give them some back history so they can gush things like, I've read your article in volume 35 number 7 of the Journal of Meteorology, dozens of NT. For my friend's 30th birthday, I updated the autocorrect option on her home laptop that whenever she typed in her name, it corrected to old lady. You evil genius. All the scrolling for good comments is worth it, it seems. If they spend time on their computer, download the Nick Cage Chrome extension. It replaces every picture with one of Nick Cage. That's it. Pulled this one on my mom one time, and she thought we got hacked for a little bit. I had totally forgot that I did that. Grab a couple photos from around their house and snap a good well-centered picture with your phone. Then Photoshop something fun into the background, such as a dinosaur, Bigfoot, Elvis, or even just add yourself to a bunch of their photos. Reprint the new version of the picture in the same dimensions. Next time you're around, slip it into the frame over top the original. So long as you don't damage the original, it can be a fun game of see how long until they notice. On April Fool's a few years ago, I wore my name tag upside down at work. Whenever a club member brought it to my attention, I glanced down at it, looked up confused, and said, it looks right side up to me. R/dad jokes, this is very funny, you'll be doing just this in the future. I put a browser extension on my coworker's computer that gave it a 1% chance of loading a John Cena video every time he loaded a website. It would happen once or twice a day. It drove him nuts. On his last day, I walked into his office playing John Cena's walk-up music, which he immediately turned off. When I explained it to him, his only reaction was, I'm so impressed. Tell me this browser extension, it's for a friend. Senefi. A friend of mine sent unmarked postcards featuring different chimpanzees to me about once a week for more than a year. They all had the same message, having a great time, wish you were here. Love, me. They all misspelled my name in different ways. They came from all over the world, she'd coordinated with a bunch of people she knew internationally. It got to the point where I saw my letter carrier, and he'd shake his head and ask, another one? I never figured out who was sending them until she fessed up. I know this is a bare naked ladies song. I believe that was the inspiration. Honey, why do you have so many photos of chimpanzees in your drawer? It is not what you think. Ooh, I get it. I'm not gonna judge. We have an Alexa at my work. One of my coworkers set an alarm to go off on a day I was at work and she wasn't. At 9 a.m. it started blasting Baby Shark. Scared the ever-living hell out of me. My old boss did this to his wife just before I moved out of state, except it was while she was home alone, and it was Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go On through the whole house. Lol, I did this to my boss once. We got this really loud timer that we ended up putting a piece of tape on the speaker so it wouldn't be so loud. Anyway, I closed the restaurant and left, and my boss was the only one there doing paperwork, and I set the alarm on the timer for 15 minutes and left. It didn't help that this was at like midnight. Lol, he took it on good stride and tried to pull the same prank on the other managers. Back in college I went to Vegas. While I was there I collected hundreds of those cards they hand out on the strip for call girls/escorts. When I got home I put these cards everywhere in my roommate's car. I put most of them on the seats and the floors, but I also hid them in the trunk, under the floor mats, under the seats, in the glove box, in the gas lid, basically every nook I could think of. He thought the initial cleaning up of the ones on the seats and floors was the end of it. Nope. He was finding these cards for years, and every time he did he'd send me a picture of it. It was great. I was in Vegas a week ago or so, just passing through the city on our trip, and I saw a truck going around with an ad for escorts. That was slightly weird for me. I always enjoyed putting sticky notes over the laser on their computer mouse and watching them try to figure out why it isn't responding. I did this with a coworker once and it was hilarious. Instead of a sticky note I taped a picture of a troll face over the laser. I listened to him make frustrated grumbles to himself for several minutes while I was trying to keep it together. When he finally turned his mouse over he yelled, "Dang it, haunted _ice cream" from across the room, at which point we both lost it. It's an excellent, harmless prank. Definitely recommend. Somebody once signed me up for a bunch of free magazine subscriptions. It was several years ago and I still have no idea who it was. One day I started receiving a bunch of random magazines, from home gardening to crochet ones, all in my name. I did this to my friend, a grown donkey man getting 3 different subscriptions to youth equestrian magazines. Still haven't confessed, and he brings it up from time to time. Never tell him. In my experience, they might not believe it was you even if you told them. Leave a random object on their doorstep during the night. If it confuses them enough, it may mildly bother them for the rest of their life. I mean, somebody left a painted rock on my steps and it basically made my summer. Somebody sent me an exploding pipe bomb full of dick-shaped glitter. I'm still finding dick glitter in my kitchen to this day, years later. Dick glitter. I just love the phrasing. I had a roommate that was a major gym nut. He would have raw eggs in his protein shakes all the time. So one day he did something to annoy me, and that night, when I had a decent buzz going, I hard-boiled all of his eggs and put them back into the refrigerator. Cooked eggs are actually healthier than raw, for some reason that evades me. RN. Source: Good Eats. What would have been your answer or question? Leave it in the comments below. Slap that like and subscribe button for more, and check out the link in the video description for even more answers. Peace out, and catch you in the next video.